Hello internets, Jesus loves you. My name's Cody and this is a Christian news show we do on Tuesdays. Though we did not have one last week, I am sorry about that. And then we're also not going to have one in, I think it's 2 weeks. Last week there was a ton of maintenance here and there was no way I could make a video with hammering and drilling and all the other things that were going on. And then in 2 weeks I'm going to the dentist again. I've been going almost once a month and now it's going to be more than once a month. Just getting a ton of work done. And I suppose the same excuse applies. I cannot make a video with all the drilling and hammering going on. And our first story of the day is about a Netflix original. I'm going to be honest here, I really love Netflix originals. But this one caught my eye because it's called The Messiah and it's got a very interesting premise. It tries to answer this question of what if Jesus wasn't born 2,000 years ago, but actually was here today in the flesh. A small detail I really appreciate is that he's still going to be from the Middle East, because I think a lot of people that would do this would probably put him in the United States. We're selfish like that here. It's going to be from a ton of different perspectives so that we can kind of see just how the world would respond, whether it's an agent of the CIA or a preacher in Texas, or even a Palestinian refugee. And to be honest, when I first read this, I was a little nervous about it. The idea seems like you are changing Jesus. But then I found out that Mark Burnett and Roma Downey are involved, and that definitely gives me a little bit of peace. I know that Ben-Hur didn't do very well, but they make great content. It could legitimately be an interesting show. Then I wanted to give a shout out to the Museum of the Bible because it is now open and it looks fantastic from the photos that I've seen. For one, it is massive, but it's just a lot of different ways to interact with the Bible and learn about the impact it's had on the world and the history behind it. And everything else. It's also in Washington, D.C. In fact, it has a view of the Washington Monument. And in my mind, when people come to tour the United States, that's definitely a place that they go, is Washington, D.C. And so the fact that there is this huge, beautiful museum about the Bible there, who knows how many people will get to see that and experience that wouldn't have otherwise. We've talked about it a lot before, so I'll move on, but it's finally open, and that's super exciting. And our final story of the day brings us to a conversation I feel like we talk about all the time, and that is the separation of church and state. There's a school in Michigan, and during lunchtime, kids were able to go and do a Bible study. Now, there are only 2 sessions of this that they got in before it was shut down, but it was pretty popular. They had like 40 kids going to this thing. But a parent heard about it, complained, and it got shut down. The problem with the situation, and I have to agree with it, is that it was teacher-led by Christopher Carroll. Thankfully, he's not in any kind of trouble for leading it. They just canceled it, and that was that. But I have to agree with the decision that was made, because if it was not Christianity, then I would feel very uncomfortable about it. Say the teacher was a Muslim, or even more extreme, he was a Satanist. He was teaching them rituals. You'd feel very uncomfortable about it. In fact, if I had a kid and that kid was going and learning Satanist rituals from a teacher, I probably wouldn't even want my kid to be taught by that teacher anymore at all. So I've said it before, I think that any kind of Bible club in school, it should be student-led, but I definitely want to encourage kids to do that. Be student-led. I mean, it'd be super cool if we had a bunch of 5th graders and they all got together during lunch and started talking about the Action Bible. But that's where we're going to end today's show. I'm not going to make that the question of the day because I feel like it's pretty cut and dry, so I'm going to go back to the Messiah TV show. So what are your thoughts on the Messiah TV show? Do you think that it is wrong to have Jesus be born in modern day and then insinuating that he was never born in the past? Or do you think it's fiction, and as long as we keep that fiction, it's okay? I really like the idea, but I want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment in the comment section down below with your answer. As always, my name is CodyArmour, bringing you Christian news in a not-so-boring kind of way every Tuesday. We'll see you next week. Love you guys. God bless.